Good morning, everyone. It's been a long week with lots of things unfolding and lots of stress on the front lines of medicine. Doctors are doing their part. The numbers have increased. The severely sick and ill are increasing as well. And we are doing our best to take care of those that are fighting. So that being said, those of you at home, don't let fear take over. You are facing something that we haven't faced in our lifetimes, but something that humans have had to deal with forever. And I read the book Bellevue this past year, and it talks about the history of that hospital and the ways in which doctors without much on the front lines of care, the way that they had to deal with taking care of very sick people with very little science, very little in terms of tools or protective equipment. They didn't even understand bacteria in just more than 150 years ago. The concept was foreign until Lister discovered his techniques for antisepsis. But not to go off on that tangent, just to frame the perspective that we have lived a very good life in this country up until now as far as being protected from infectious diseases. But here we are faced with a pandemic, and about 1% of people are facing our death with infection. So I've decided to volunteer to go into the hospital and help, as many of our frontline workers are being pulled into more critical care areas. And this comes with apprehension and fear and all the things you would expect, but it also comes with a sense of pride that we're all doing everything we can do. For those that can't help in that way, find ways to connect with people and get those masks to the hospitals. The donations that have happened over the past week are remarkable. And we have to look at the way in which we deal with adversity with pride, not all of the things that the media propagates over and over. I disconnected from most news channels many years ago, and it was the smartest idea I've ever had. The important news will come through. You'll find out what's happening in the world, but we need to stop sensationalizing things, and this disease is no different. This is a virus that acts a bit like the flu, and some people are going to have a much harder time fighting it off than others. It reminds me of chickenpox when we were kids. You get the chickenpox, you have your immunity, you move on with your life. But every once in a while, somebody gets very sick, and that's what happens here. Some people are having a harder time fighting it than others. So be well, be safe. I'll continue to provide updates, but the most important thing right now is social distance, decrease the infection rate, care about one another, care for one another, and find ways to work from home that might help to support those frontline workers. We need ingenuity more now than ever. That's it for today. Be well, be safe. I'll see you all soon.